Hello students, welcome back to another session of your computer class. Today we are going to start with our new chapter, chapter 6, Mathematical Library Functions. Before we start directly with our topic, let us see an introduction about the term function. This function you will be learning in next year in detail, but before that we'll see generally about what is a function. A method or a function is a program module that is used at different instances. That means a function or a method is a small program module inside our class which can be used anywhere in the program. So that is a function or a method. The methods or functions which are created by system developers are called as library methods or built-in methods. Generally, methods can be created by users while developing the program, as well as there are some functions which is already created by our developers who developed Java. And library methods are one which are created by our system developers. And in this chapter, we are going to learn some of the mathematical library methods. And in this session, we are going to discuss about only 7 functions, and they are math.min, math.max, math.power, math.square root, math.cube root, math.log, and math.abs. And we'll see one by one in detail. So we'll start with our first function, that is math.min. This function returns the minimum of two numbers. As name suggested, it takes two variables inside and it will return the minimum among those two numbers. It is applicable for all the integer as well as real type data values. That is, it can accept the integer types like byte, short, int, long, as well as the real type data values like float and double. And according to the value it intakes, it returns the answer in the same way. For example, if the value is byte, then your return answer will also be in byte, and if it is int, then your answer will be in int, and if it is float, then it returns a float value. We'll see the syntax. Return type variable is equal to function name. Inside the brackets you will have two arguments. Based on these two arguments, your result will be stored in the variable. We'll see the examples. Example 1, int n is equal to math.min of 10, 20, and I want you to think with me while I am discussing this video. So math.min of 10, 20, which is the minimum number among this, it is 10. So n will be 10. We'll see the next example. Double m is equal to math.min of 20, 8, 4.6, and of course which is the minimum number is 4.6. Next function, that is math.max. This function returns a maximum of two numbers as name suggested here, and it is applicable for all the integer as well as real type data values, that is byte, short, int, long, and float and double. This point is common for even min as well as max, and even syntax also common for both max as well as min. Only the function name will be differing. And example, int n is equal to math.max of 10, 20. So here the maximum among 10 and 20 is 20. So it returns 20. And double m is equal to math.min of 20.8, 4.6. Here the largest or the maximum value is 20.8, and here the return type is double. So we'll see the answer, that is 20.8. We'll see the next function, math.power. This function is used to find the value of index of a number expressed in exponential form. So all of you know what is exponential form, that is raised to the power of n. That is you will find like 5 to the power of 2 is 5 square, 5 to the power of 3 is 5 cube, that is 5 into 5 into 5. So that is raised to the power of n. Then its return type is always double. Unlike math.max as well as math.min, it returns according to the values it intakes, whereas math.power always returns the values in double. And the syntax is return type variable is equal to function name inside the bracket number 1 and number 2, and number 1 will be the number that is a base, and uh, the power of n will be number 2. We'll see the example. Double D is equal to math dot power of 2.0 comma 3.0. That means 2 to the power 3.0. So 2 into 2 into 2. So its answer is 8.0. Next example, double D is equal to math dot power of 5.0 comma minus 2.0. Here the exponent is a negative value, that is 5.0 to the power minus 2.0, and whenever you have a negative value you have to do the reciprocal of multiplication. So that is you have to do the division, and that means your answer will be 0.04. And here I'm showing you how it became 0.04. That is 1 divided by 5.0 into 5.0. That is it is negative 2. So you have to make it 1 by 5.0 into 5.0. If it was minus 3, then 1 by 5.0 into 5.0 into again one more 5.0. Then so here since only minus 2, 2 times you have to multiply 5. Then 1 by 5.0 into 5.0 is 25.00. So 1 by 25.0 is 0.04. That's how you got the answer 0.04. Next function is math.square root. This function is used to find the square root of a positive number. So using this function you can find out the square root of only positive numbers, no negative numbers. Its return type is always double. Syntax is return type variable name is equal to function name inside the bracket positive number. We'll see the examples. Double n is equal to math dot square root of 25.0, and the square root of 25.0 is 5.0, and you should write 5.0 itself, and if you write 5 it will become wrong because math dot square root function returns the value in double. And we'll see the next example. Double m is equal to math dot square root of 6.25, and the value square root of 6.25 is 2.5. And we'll see the next example. Double p is equal to math dot square root of minus 25.0. It returns NaN, which is not a number because the value was a negative number. Next method is math.cbrt. This function is used to find the cube root of a positive as well as negative number. Its return type is always double. Syntax is return type variable is equal to function name positive or negative number. We'll see the example. Double D is equal to math.cbrt of 27.0, and the cube root of 27.0 is 3.0. Next example, double n is equal to math.cbrt of minus 3.375. So cube root of minus 3.375 is minus 1.5. Next method is math.log. This function is used to return the natural logarithmic value of a given argument, and a logarithmic table is a table where logarithms, that means most of the time to the base 10, have been listed in very small intervals, and they were used in pre-computer age to find the complex multiplications, divisions, interest, and much more in mathematics. And its return type is double always, and the syntax is return type variable name is equal to function name and positive number. So we'll see the example. Double x is equal to math dot log of 6.25, and the log value of 6.25 is 1.8325, and you cannot find out the log value for a negative number because it is undefined, and you will not be able to calculate this logarithm value for 6.25 with any formula. For that you have to refer to a table called as logarithmic table, and you should learn how to use this table to find out the value for a number, log value for any number. And this you will be learning in higher classes in your mathematics, and you can use math.log to find out the log value for any number. Last function of today's session, math.apps function. This function is used to return the absolute value of an argument, that is magnitude of the number without its sign. That is, it returns always the positive value of any number. And its return type is based on the argument values it intakes. Syntax is return type variable is equal to function name inside the bracket number, and we'll see the examples. Int n is equal to math dot apps of 3, and the positive value of 3 is 3 itself, so it returns 3. Next example, int n is equal to math dot apps of minus 45, and the positive value of 45 is, yes, it is 45. And next example, double m is equal to math dot apps of minus 4.5, and since minus 4.5 is a double value, it returns the double value itself, and your answer is 4.5. It takes out the negative value and it returns a positive of minus 4.5, that is 4.5. And we'll see another example. Double m is equal to math dot apps of 100.0, and the positive value of 100.0 is, yes, it is 100.0 itself. So apps function will return you only the positive value of the number it intakes, and its return type should be based on the value it intakes. Integer means it returns integer, double means it returns double. So that's all for today's session. I hope you are clear with the functions which I discussed today. Math.min, math.max, math.power, math.square root, math.cbrt, math.log, and math.apps. And we'll see in the next session with some more functions.